Hi, friends. Welcome back to Someday is Here. I want to talk about something today that doesn't get enough space, especially this time of year. The holidays are complicated. They bring out love and gratitude and magic, but they also bring out grief, memories, pressure, comparison, and emotional exhaustion. And if you're a parent, or if you are part of a complicated family system, you feel this even more. The truth is, the idea of a perfect holiday doesn't exist. What feels magical for one family might feel painful for another. What looks joyful on Instagram might feel heavy behind closed doors. And yet, every year, we try so hard to make everything perfect. So many of us grow up with this idea of what holidays should be. Perfect presents, the perfect meal, the perfect atmosphere, everyone happy, everyone getting along, everyone showing up fully present. But rarely does that reality match that picture. And when I think back to my childhood, the things that I felt magical as a kid, as an adult, I see them differently. I see the stressed parents. I see the financial pressure they were carrying. I see my mom in the kitchen with my grandma trying to get everything done while people arrived early or the food was taking too long. I see how hard they were trying, and I know how exhausted they must have been. There was joy. There was beauty. But there was also tension, stress, and struggle. Both were true. And now, as adults, we feel that same pressure to make it magical, even though we know better. The part we really don't talk about enough is the grief that shows up this time of year. There are empty seats at tables that used to be full. People we love who aren't here anymore. Memories that feel sharper because the season brings everything to the surface. For me, this is my first holiday without my grandma. She was my person. She was home in her own way. And even though I'm excited to celebrate with the people who are here, there's a deep ache knowing she won't be. And that's the emotional reality for so many of us. Holiday grief is quiet. It's tender. It hits in moments people don't see. And it deserves to be acknowledged. Sometimes the grief isn't about losing a person. It's about losing the version of the family you once had. This past year, a lot of my extended family dynamics shifted. Part of that is because we moved to California. I was always the host for the past 15 years. Our house was the place everyone gathered. I held the calendar, the menus, the connection, the tradition. And now, there are no big family gatherings because I'm no longer there. And that comes with its own grief. A grief of letting go of a role that I loved. A grief of knowing things will never look exactly the same. But there is also beauty in this season because what does remain is my core family. The people I love and the people I can't wait to spend the holidays with. And that matters more than anything. One of the biggest lessons Sean and I learned is this. You are allowed to create holiday traditions that work for your family. For years, we hosted Christmas Day because that was the family tradition. But it was miserable. Our kids were little, we were exhausted, the day was stressful, and by the time everyone arrived, we were worn out. So one year we said, we are not doing this anymore, and we shifted everything. Christmas Eve was for his family. The day after Christmas or the weekend was for my family. Christmas Day became sacred. Just us. And the best part? We made a new tradition. Chinese food for Christmas dinner. No cooking, no stress, no pressure. Just all of us curled up together, eating good takeout, watching movies, and creating the kind of Christmas that felt right for our home. And that tradition is still my favorite. And if you need permission to make your holiday simpler, quieter, different, you have it. Another grief we don't talk about: missing the version of life that felt simpler. When the kids were little, holidays were easy. We knew exactly what to buy. Santa was magic. Excitement was automatic. You could wake them up early and they'd come running down the stairs with joy that only children carry. And now they sleep until noon. They still appreciate, but it's different. It's more complicated, more expensive, less magical in the traditional sense, and more meaningful in other ways. Now it's about gratitude, time together, the rare moments when all of us are under one roof. It is beautiful, but it's different. And you are allowed to grieve the simplicity of what once was, even as you love where you are now. Another thing that makes the holidays hard are family dynamics. We're living in a time where politics, beliefs, values, boundaries, and identities create tension at the dinner table. For many families, there's an unspoken tension. Old patterns resurface. Certain topics feel like landmines. People walk on eggshells. Someone always leaves feeling unheard or unseen. And if you have changed, if you have grown, healed, set boundaries, become more aligned with who you are, going back to a family that still sees an old version of you can be incredibly uncomfortable. It is hard to walk into a room where people expect you to shrink or soften or stay silent in ways you no longer do. That's not your fault. That's part of becoming. And then there's loneliness. A lot of people are spending the holiday alone, not by choice. Some are disconnected from family. Some have been pushed out or disowned. Some don't feel welcome or safe in their family system. Some have lost everyone they loved. Some never had that big family holiday to begin with. Loneliness during the holidays is real. It's heavy. It's painful. And it does not mean you're failing or unworthy or forgotten. Some of the strongest people I know spend the holidays creating small, quiet, meaningful traditions just for themselves. And that matters too. If you're listening today and this season feels tender, if your holidays don't look like the ones you see online, if you're balancing excitement and sadness, if you're missing someone you love, if your family feels complicated or distant, or if you're navigating the season alone, I want you to know there is nothing wrong with you. You're not failing. You're not behind. You're human, and this time of year is layered. You're allowed to create holidays that feel peaceful. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to choose calm. You are allowed to feel everything you are feeling. You are allowed to hold joy in one hand and grief in the other. Your holidays don't have to be perfect. They just have to be honest. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm Michelle, and this is Someday is Here. I will see you in the next episode.